What is going on, people? Welcome back to another video. Wow, wow, wow. I have to give kudos. I have to tip my hat to Alex Hormozi for this incredible launch that he did, this book launch. Um, it's a masterclass in how to launch something. Like it really is. It was incredible just to experience. It really felt like it's funny because I saw ads and like I'm already in its ecosystem. I had an opportunity to meet him in Vegas, him and Layla, and uh I don't know what I was really tired from the flight. I was really tired from the flight and I didn't know what to all expected. Normally, I'm always thinking about how to change your circle to change your life, wrote a whole book on it. And so normally I'd be like game, for any opportunities. And I remember it was kind of lightly said when I was going to do some filming in Vegas for a TV show with David Meltzer that like they're like, yeah, we're doing this thing the day ahead. You're welcome to come by. There'll be some people that are coming by. They never said that Alex and Lele were going to come through, but I knew that this whole TV show, people were going in and out, but I didn't know that they particularly were going to be there. And the next day, so for some reason I had passed. Either it was a really late flight and I just didn't go there that night. And then I went the following day. I'm like, well, I got recording tomorrow and I'm gonna be able to meet a bunch of people. Little did I know that Alex and Layla came out the day before, and I could have got a chance just to get introduced uh, and just be able to make that connection. But it's just funny that that's the opportunity that I had passed up on when normally I don't pass up on any opportunities. So this book launch is absolutely incredible. Like I'm going to pull up as I'm talking about this. I'm just going to kind of play some stuff in the background if you missed it. So Alex launched his book, 100 million money models, and he already has offers and leads that are already out there. The book, and then this book is all about how to have different money models. What systems should you have in place to be able to grow and scale any business? So to take your offer and the leads and like, what is the system? What is the model that you need to create to be able to grow and scale your business? And this guy, so like there was ads and stuff, but I didn't realize the magnitude of what he was doing with this book launch of streaming for 3 days straight, like pretty much all day, breaking a Guinness World Book of World Records, uh, having hundreds of thousands of people watching him at once, spending millions and millions of dollars on ads and promotion to get everybody there. All the things that he was doing from his headquarters and all the one-on-one consultations, the workshops, all of that, building that into this moment and collecting that data. It's just like, and he even said that he wrote the 100 million money models, that book first, and then realized that leads needed to come out, and then realized offers needed to come out. So he actually released offers, but he had this in his back pocket. And so there's a lot of stuff I want to discuss on this. So this is absolutely crazy. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a coach, you need to be locking in. You need to be paying attention to this. Take notes. Like literally, he not only talks about what he's doing, but he lives it literally, and people can witness it, listen to what he's saying. And he does break it down in a very digestible way, which I feel like that's how he stands out, from the market. So we got to break this thing down, man. We got to break this thing down. Let me go ahead and look. So By the way, he sold I forgot the ending number of what he sold. It was like 3.6 million copies from the promotion of pre-sales to the launch release. 300 or 3 million and well technically, let's see. Let me just click on this real quick. Of course, we got a garbage ad here. So what I'll do is did I give them any promo? But let's just look here kind of what like by the end of the street, look at that. 3.6 million copies and counting. Who knows where he's at right now today of this recording, which is on Wednesday. And he launched this on Saturday when he started the live stream. So, oh my God, so much to break down about this. So, by the way, if you want to count his pockets, right? 3.6 million, let's just say, I'm not even going to do the rest of it. 3.6 million times $30 a book is $108 million in the course of the pre-launch and the full launch of 3 days. So he broke a Guinness World Records for most book sales for nonfiction. He broke it. So now he also has this stamp of achievement to go and market the book even further. Like it's insane, guys. It's absolutely insane. So he started off with this right here, right? He started off with where he's all about, like, he basically is doing, like, he has a pre-recorded talk. He got all these people here. He's got the VIPs in the background. We didn't know about the Guinness World Records. We didn't know about that. And then he goes into it. I'm just going to skim through this, guys. So just pay attention to this masterclass. This is absolutely incredible for your personal brand. If you're an author, speaker, if you have an offer of any kind, a service-based entrepreneur, like, you need to be taking notes from what just happened. No one's ever done this. People have done book launches. People have done event launches, courses, buy my program, all this other stuff. The way on how he did it, I have never seen anybody do the way on how he did it. That's why I'm creating this video. So he does an incredible job of, your classic, like, hey, this is why you're here. Let's get buy-in from everybody. And so he's using that same kind of sell on stage formula. And if you're familiar with Russell from ClickFunnels, like, this ability to be able to sell on stage, to be able to sell online in front of an audience. So you're going one-to-many instead of one-to-one. So the graphics are incredibly simple, which is very interesting, but incredibly simple. And he's just breaking down, like, your problems and that he has the solution. So this is just proof of solution. And as he's doing it, he's telling his own story. He's saying, these are the things that you need. Attraction, upsells, downsells, continuity. And he basically keeps adding more value. He's just stacking value. So when you're selling something, how can you stack so much value? Make sure that the pain points are clear and concise, that, hey, I need what this person is selling, and then just drop a nuke on them at the end. So he just goes through all these offers, right? Okay, I'm just gonna pause it right here. So he was like, so we're just thinking, at this point, I'm thinking, oh, he's selling his course, with the book. And we're gonna have this low price of, like, $5,000 or $4,000 for the whole thing, because he's just showing all the value that you get in this system, right? And he did promise everybody we're going to get something for free, but we didn't know what it was. So he has a total value of what he's put together and what the result is. And then on top of that, he adds another thing of like, I wrote this other book, by the way, that you didn't know, and it's called Lost Chapters. So like, there's not only another book, but yeah, he's just going through like all these offers and stuff. And then what he does is, he keeps giving price. Like he just keeps saying like interest free. Like he's anticipating, he's building the anticipation of what the price is going to be. Because obviously got all these people watching, like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people watching. And then he drops that. I'm giving this all to you for free. So what's interesting is he's using the book as the vehicle to get as many people in his ecosystem as possible. And this type of program he could sell later on in the future for something, but he's like, look, I'm going to give so much good free will that I'm going to give this all away for free. And the funny part is, like, he is giving it to you for free, but there's one catch. There's one catch that you don't find out until later. So he's giving you access into his school of all the members that he has because it's a free trial for 90 days, right? So you get it for free for 90 days. But after the 90 days, you need to pay $9 a month, right? So it's like, I'm giving this to you for free. You don't have to pay for this. I'm showing you all the value, but it is on a time basis. So he did not say that, but that's kind of the catch. He's still giving it to you for free. If you go through it, you can still get it, access it. I'm already logged in. I haven't gone through everything, but it's all there. So then, he's so then he's like, how can I reach more people, right? With this book. And then he creates a book, like a group book offer, right? So so not only does he so he gives you that for free, but then he's got the lost chapters, but then right here. So then he has like, these 12 playbooks. And what's crazy about the 12 playbooks is this stuff's crazy, guys. What's crazy about the 12 playbooks is he's going to give this also to you for free. Okay. So I'm going to keep playing the video, but I'm just breaking down just the science of what he's going through. So then, and once again, he's always sharing value of how much time, effort, the energy, the data points, like what is all put into this book, that it's not something he just slapped together overnight with AI. Like it's an actual, the stuff that's broken down in a digestible form for you to be able to apply to any business. So how to get leads, how to do these things. What's crazy is that he talks about each book, right? And it takes forever for him to talk about each book, but he's building value. And then testimonials, right? Testimonials, people that have used this stuff in the past. It's working. And he's like, yo, I'm giving this all today for free when you donate 200 books to entrepreneurs who need them. So this is what's crazy. Once again, he's going one to many. He knows that there are people in the world that just want the free stuff. They just want the free stuff, and maybe eventually they'll grow something or they'll want to engage and buy something from him in the future. But then there are people that want to spend some kind of money with him, that like, hey, we appreciate you giving all the stuff for free. So he frames the conversation like he's giving everything away for free. But then he's saying, and he uses the word donate. So you have to donate books. Right here, I'm just going to blow this up as I'm talking about this. So you have to donate books He uses the word donate to other entrepreneurs. So you're buying 200 books, right? So that way he wants more books in more hands. So how do you sell more books? You need the people power. You need people to buy more books. Like, don't just think of one person buying one book and that's it. How do you get more books in more people's hands? You give them more value. So you just look at this. He just keeps taking out stuff. Hold on, I gotta so you guys can see my face as I'm talking about this. This is crazy, man. So he just keeps taking out more stuff of like, hey, I'm giving you this. I'm giving you this when you donate 200 books. And he's doing this where he's not showing you everything right up front. He's telling you what you're getting. You get to go to the site in order, but he's constantly adding value again and again. Look how many copies he's currently selling right now as he's speaking, right? It's going bananas. In the beginning, it was absolutely going like nuclear. It was going crazy fast. So then he starts to lay out like, what do you get for when you donate the 200 books? And you're thinking like, oh, I get the lead system, I get the playbooks, all 12 playbooks. Let me just fast forward here real quick. So you're getting all this other stuff. And then he drops this AI thing. Like, I've taken everything that I've done with all these businesses of, everybody that I've taken, their data is protected, but all the insights, all the different industries, everybody I've helped, and I put it in this AI. So then you can ask me questions and be able to basically pick his brain to carve your particular idea out. And then, for you to grow and help your business. And then also he says, hey, I'm also going to do a free workshop where you're going to get directly from me. Just how do we apply all these things? Like, hey, you're using the AI, you're using the playbooks. What are some unique questions that you have? So like pretty much like probably a ask me anything type of workshop with just some modules in there. And then it keeps going and keeps providing value. By the way, guys, this is 2 hours in. This is 2 hours in to the launch. And normally, like when Tony Robbins and all these other people, when they do this stuff, like, yeah, there's this buildup of like 45 minutes, an hour, testimonials, people sharing their story, and then they drop the, they say how much value it is, they drop the price down, get the course, get the program, whatever it is, and then they're out. Well, he kept going, and he kept talking about like why, like he conquered every single objection because he had so much time to do this. Like right now, this first video, he was on there for 7 hours. And then he drops the $100 million launch. Like, how do you launch things? And he's like, after this, it's going to go away. The $100 million launch. He's like, I'm never going to sell it again. I'm never going to have it again. I literally just did it just for this. Who knows if that's true? A lot of people say that, but, and then right here, worst case scenario. Then he drops the absolute worst case scenario for the 200 books. Because people are like, man, why would I buy 200 books for $5,000? Well, it's tax deductible. You get to sell the books. If you sell every single book back, you get to recoup your costs. You can give it as a gift. He's, lead magnet. He's just doing all these things to entice you to get 200 books of his, which is just super, super interesting. And then he brings out Layla to kind of help him because he's just been talking for 2.5 hours and he hasn't taken a sip of water. It's like, bro. And then he broke the world record. All right. And then we're going to fast forward through this. So now, and then Layla takes over because it gives him finally a break. And she kind of goes through, talking about like what this whole journey was. They bring out their new president, so they investor into their business. And so they take over. And then eventually, now, by the way, guys, we're 4 hours and 57 minutes in. And then he does what he was doing these videos where he talks to entrepreneurs and breaks down their business. But this, he's taking known entrepreneurs and figuring out what their money model is. So he's doing like a live masterclass session with special guests coming through, and they get to break down their business. And so then he starts to break down, once again, showing that he knows what he's talking about and the value is there in the book. So once again, he's like always constantly demonstrating what the value is that that he's giving you in this book. So that way people are like, you know what, I'm going to get these 200 books, even if I donate them, sell them, even if I use them as a lead magnet, whatever. Like, I know this book works, so I'm going to give it to other people. And that's what he's constantly doing over and over and over again. So then this is the first day, and we're like, people in the chat are like, yo, I thought this was like going to be in 2 hours long. And it's this thing is what, 7 hours. So what's crazy is, guys, so think about your marketing. First of all, I'm not doing enough. I got a small team right now, but I'm not doing enough. Like, this is absolutely insane. And then he launches a thing that is here now. I'm about to show it here right now. Then he launches where then this is day two. And he does the presentation over again. The whole presentation over again, right? Because he's already written it once. He literally does it for the people that missed it, because you guys think when you're marketing stuff that you say it once and then everybody just knows. No, they don't know. This is just like with music. I always relate a lot of things back to music or sports because it's very relatable to people. But people think that, like, just because you recorded a song and you're sick of hearing it and you're sick of performing it, let's say, and you've done it numerous amounts of times, you recorded it, you made the song, it was hot when you first heard it, but then now you're pushing it out there. There are people in this world that haven't heard your song, that haven't heard what that hit is. So they can you're just moving on to the next thing when you haven't given enough of a time for people to be able to enjoy the first thing. So when people are doing a launch for their book, it's kind of like, and I even think about my book. I mean, if I launch another book, I'm going to do it completely different after looking at this model. I probably can't do it this magnitude because obviously he's a lot bigger. But what I could do is like, hey, I could do it for a week. Like, I could go live every day for a week and be like, look, I'm going live every single day until we reach X amount of sales in the book. And I'm going to keep giving value to everybody that hops on the live stream, just doing crazy things that are going to benefit them. And so when you're thinking about how you're launching something, look at this. This is crazy. Now he's just doing testimonials. When you think about when you're launching something, you're not even doing 0.0003% of what this guy just did. I know it. From a small business, I know for a fact when you launch a new offer, a product, a book, a podcast, an event, you are not doing anywhere near what he is doing. But he literally just gave you a masterclass that you literally can go and watch for free on his YouTube for these 3 videos. These are long videos. But if you can watch through or skim through and see the science, the breakdown of how to launch something, this is how to do it. This is how to take it to an absolute new level. And so, and then they do live calling. So they got a mic, they got it to the phone, and they're doing live calling. Also, by the way, they have their team doing these like graphics and stuff that like is updating in real time. So you'll feel like you're part of this, like this thing that's happening. It's almost like an infomercial, like QVC, But for business, it's kind of crazy. They molded so many different marketing tactics to do this. Um, and then they're doing live calls. So now people that bought 200 books, they get the opportunity, which is now more value, to be able to potentially talk with Alex and Layla and ask a certain business question to get their stuff launched. Um, it's just like we think that we gotta just go straight to the sale, and the way on how he's doing it, he made so much money doing it this way. I mean, if you think about it, some companies they and also, man, there's just so many things. And also in a time where people don't want to spend money. Like why do we want this book? Why do I need this book right now when money's tight? He's giving you every reason to get this book because it's going to help your business grow, and he's giving you all of this free stuff as well, so he looks like he's just a giving person because he truly wants people to succeed. So it's almost like that nonprofit side, but at the same time, he's a for-profit business. So all the time it took for his team to produce these systems and these playbooks and the design and the thought process and how it's going to be implemented, that stuff takes time. It takes time, but it was all worth it to be able to sell that many books. So it's almost like the days of I'm just going to have a book and it's going to go crazy. Um Obviously if he's the biggest non-selling or non-friction or non-fiction seller that has broke a world record, he's literally shown you that people need more than just the book. People people want to feel a part of something, and they want more than just the one thing that you're selling. They want to feel like they're a part of something and that they're in helping something or helping somebody else, a part of a community, part of a mission. And the way on how you sell needs to reflect that. Crazy. I mean, just how much it took to even get to this point, how much content he has put out to be able to get that many people to show up at a live stream, and how much he spent millions of dollars in ads. I think he said he was spending like either 1.5 or $2 million a day on ads. Um, I think it was either a day or a week. I can't remember which one it was, so don't quote me on that. But um, absolutely crazy. Uh, and he's bringing in multiple people. So it also brought in this new uh, president, and now he's brought into the spotlight and introduced to his community. So eventually he could probably step down. Well, not to be like always the face of everything, but I mean he will be. But he's bringing other people into the fold, and then day three, day three, he does calls again. And then he has like it's like a game. It's like I have donation goals, right? People are donating. They're getting a bunch of books. So it is a donation, but it's just funny that like it's getting somebody to buy 200 books for a bunch of free stuff included that did take time, energy, and money and resources to make it happen. But then he's got it like he gamified it. So now if we hit certain revenue goals, I'm going to give you more stuff for free. I'm going to, call 15 random single book buyers. That's crazy. Single book buyers, people that bought a book for, $30, he's calling them and potentially they get to ask him a question. Uh Exclusive reading, giveaway of 10 signed copies, Alex and Layla fireside chat where they ask him hard questions. They got to each one of these, by the way, as you know. Secret BTS, of how they did this whole launch, which gives him a break By the way, this third day of live streaming is 11 hours. This man has been streaming for 3 days. Barely any sleep. Because you think that once the camera's cut off that it's over? No, no, no. It's not over. Even if you got a full team, you're prepping, you're getting ready for the next day. There's things that happen in your business that you have to attend to after you're done streaming. Like, it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. It's not like, oh, okay, I just get to go home, go to sleep, and wake up and just roll out of bed and do this again. There's a lot of prep that goes into this stuff. And I don't even know what he did at 3.5 because I was I couldn't even watch this whole thing. I got a life, I got things to do. But yeah, he basically was, and then he's just calling people. So I wanted to make this video because make myself bigger. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to show you guys in real time in the modern day era, somebody doing something completely unique, completely different, took what everybody else is doing and literally put it on steroids, carved. It's a masterclass in storytelling, in branding, in positioning, in community, and to how to sell an offer, to how to price an offer. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff to create this, but I'll tell you, take a piece of this, take a fraction. With the steps, the things that I'm taking, I'm really thinking about basically taking these 3 videos. I have an idea about how to take these 3 videos and condense it down into a digestible format of real takeaways of how to pull something like this off, but then how to apply it to your business. I got some ideas. So hop in the link in the description. Get connected with me, and we'll be dropping that soon because I think that would help a lot of people distill this down. It is a lot of information. It's a lot of time to watch all these videos, but I'm telling you, this is a masterclass in how to do a launch. It's an absolute, like if you're launching an offer, anything like that, this is a masterclass because you're not doing enough. So this is a reminder, you're not doing enough. You need to turn on the gas. You need to think a little bit differently. You need to put a little bit more effort into what you're doing and just take pieces of this and figure out, how do I apply it to what I'm doing today? When I do my next event, my next offer, my next promotion, my next book, my podcast that I'm putting out every single episode. Like, what are you doing to release out every single episode? Are you really pushing to get that in people's hands or in their ears? Like, what are you doing? Right? It's the amount of scale that this event is just mind-boggling. He said he hired 300 support people to take the calls, hired and trained. It's just to take on the onslaught of people buying books and wanting to, and just in case they had questions. So yeah, this is absolutely incredible. Guys, please go and watch um this launch. It is the biggest launch in modern day time, period. And I'm glad that I was on this earth to experience it. So absolutely, look at all these graphics. Like, it's crazy. Like the amount of level of thought that you have to get to this point is like, look at this. It's being highlighted as he's going across talking about different things. It's just crazy. It puts together entertainment. It's like a TV show, but community, uh like the element of a live stream, of like a long live stream, like where people like to watch streamers and stuff. And like, it's just so many gamification, branding on steroids. The offer is super clear and concise. The landing pages, when you click on this stuff, is clear and concise. This whole thing is absolutely lasered in and locked in, man. And it's it's quite a marvel to watch, to be honest. So take bits and pieces of this, distill it down, take bits and pieces and see how can I add these little tweaks to what I'm doing to get massive results. So my name is Jamar Jones, founder of Forever Media. I'm so happy that you guys watch. If you made it through this whole video, super happy that you are here to kick it with us. Look at this, testimonials, crazy. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel, as we're going to be dropping more things, all things to help you grow your personal brand and your business, and help you build authority in your industry. So we'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.